Today I'm going for a very easy everyday look for the summer. It can be worn for work or for an easy day out. So let's get started. Hello. Starting off with clean hands. Always make sure your hands are clean before you apply any makeup. I'm going to grab my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This is the clear one, and I'm going to apply this all over my face just like I'm using a moisturizer. And this helps me to give a smooth base for my makeup to go on. And after I apply my primer, I usually like to wait about 5 minutes to let that sink into the skin before I move on with my makeup. Then I'm going to also quickly moisturize my lips. I'm using my EOS Lip Balm. Then I'm going to grab my Estes Lauder Stay in Place makeup. This is in the shade 2W2. And I'm going to dot this all over the face so I can get an even complexion. And using my IT Cosmetics number 110 Airbrush Buffing Foundation Flat Top Brush. I'm going to use this to buff that foundation all over the face in a circular dabbing motion. I'm going to dab and circle, dab and circle. Do the same thing on the neck as well so everything matches. Then I'm going to grab my trusty all-time favorite concealer. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. This is probably my third or the fourth tube that I'm using, and I just love this concealer. I'm going to put this on my forehead. My forehead is a little bigger, so I just do a little portion of it. Under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, on the sides of my cheeks, on my chin, and my cupid's bow. Then, grabbing that same foundation brush, I'm going to stipple and dab and in a circular motion. I'm going to sweep this so I can buff all that foundation. Sorry, the concealer, not the foundation. Then, moving on to setting those concealer, I'm going to use my Mercier translucent powder, and I'm gonna dab this all over the areas that we put the concealer on. No baking because I'm going for a very casual everyday look, so no baking. Then I'm gonna do my brows. Lately I've been loving this Colourpop Brow Pencil. The shade I use is Banging Brunette to line my lower brow line and the upper hairline on my brows. The shade is a little darker for me to match my hair, but you'll see what I do to neutralize it. Then after the brows are done, I'm gonna use two different shades of setting gel. One, I use the clear one, and the other one is medium to light from the brand L'Oreal. This is a very, very good setting gel. You know, you don't have to buy a very expensive one. This works just as good. I'm gonna put a little bit of that setting powder on my eyelids as well. Then I'm gonna sculpt my face, do a little bit of contouring. I'm not gonna go very harsh. I'm just gonna give some dimension to my face by putting this MAC bronzing powder in the shade medium on my forehead, jawline, and my cheeks. Sorry, my camera got overheated, so I didn't show you the palette that I use, but the everyday palette that I use is by L'Oreal. This is L'Oreal Makeup Designer LA palette number 1, the nude 1 line, and I use the light brown shade, and I put that on my crease to give my crease a dimension using my Sigma E40 blending brush. And I using a small shader brush, I put that same color on the lower lash line as well. Then I'm gonna grab this Colourpop gel cream eyeliner in the shade Honey Dude, and I'm going to put this on my lower waterline to open up my eyes. Then I'm going to grab my NYX eyeliner pencil in the black shade, and I'm going to line my upper waterline real quick. Then curl the lashes. Curling lashes is very important because my lashes are very, very sparse, thin, and they're very short, so I have to curl them. Then to give my lashes some dimension, I use two different mascaras. The first one is the Telescopic. This gives length to my short lashes. And the second one that I use right after this is the L'Oreal Voluminous False Fiber Lashes. This gives volume to those teeny tiny lashes that I have. I try not to go with falsies whenever I'm trying to do a very casual everyday look, so it looks more natural, you know. Then I'm gonna get a little bit of brush. Sorry you guys, I can't show you the blush because it's in a very bad condition. I dropped the blush and it broke into pieces. So, but I still love the color of it. It has a very wine, kind of like a very orangey shade, and I like that for an everyday look. Put that on the apples of your cheeks. And moving on to the lips, I use my MAC lip liner in the shade, it's called Spice. And this is a very good shade for all skin tone. I have seen this shade work for light to medium to even darker skin tones. Just line my lips, and then after that I'm going to use my Colourpop liquid lipstick. This is the Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick, and this is in the shade Midi. This is a very nude shade, and it's very appropriate for work because you don't want to put anything that's very bright or very catchy to the eyes. You just want it to be very subtle and very easy for the eyes. So I just go with my Ultra Matte Liquid Lipstick and I apply it all over my lips. As it dries, it looks very natural. Then I'm gonna set my face using my Skindinavia makeup setting spray. Spray all over the face. And then here is the final look. I prefer the bun high up with a little bit of baby hairs coming out of the sides of my ears and stuff. And the same look you can put with your hair down as well, for an easy everyday look, to go out or, you know, shopping or whatever with your friends, with your girlfriends. So here's the final look.